Welcome to this masterclass on the 8 most common cybersecurity threats. I'm Tolulope Michael, lead coach at Excel My Cyber, where we help you transition into a multiple six-figure career in cybersecurity in 90 days. If you're new to the cybersecurity scene and you're looking to learn a lot very quickly, you've found a place. And if you're already a professional, ready to stay updated and keep your knowledge afresh, there is more than enough space for you here as well. And I'm excited to be taking you through this session today. So buckle in and get ready for the ride. See, as we all know, in today's age, cybersecurity is more critical than ever as our reliance on digital platforms grows exponentially. Cyber threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated, posing significant risk to both individuals and businesses. Now, according to Cybersecurity Ventures, cybercrime damages will cost the world around $10.5 trillion annually by 2025. This staggering figure highlights the urgent need for cybersecurity measures. And like I said earlier, in this session, we're going to be discussing the 8 most common cybersecurity threats that businesses face and how you can avoid them. We'll also be looking to explore what these threats are, how they work, and practical steps that you can take to protect yourself and your organization. Because understanding this threat and implementing effective countermeasures is crucial to safeguarding your digital asset. You may already have the knowledge of some of these threats. However, the aim of this masterclass is to take that knowledge up by a notch or two so you can deploy better strategies for preventing them. On that note, let's get started on cyber threats and ensuring that you are well prepared to defend against them. Let's go. That's a very good question. Cyber threats are malicious activities aimed at compromising the integrity, confidentiality, and availability of data. These threats can manifest in various forms, including data breaches, financial losses, and reputational damage. For instance, according to a study by IBM, the average data breach cost is about $3.86 million. Imagine that. Now, understanding this threat is the first step in safeguarding your environment. Cyber threat can originate from numerous sources, which include individual hackers, organized crime groups, and even state-sponsored actors. Each of these entities, they employ different tactics and techniques to exploit vulnerabilities in systems, networks, and devices. The goal today is to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to identify, not just that, and how to counter these threats effectively and enhance your organization's cybersecurity posture. From malware to phishing, password attacks, DDoS attacks, man-in-the-middle attacks, drive-by downloads, malvertising, and rogue software. The purpose of this overview is to help you understand the unique characteristics and attack vectors of these attacks, of this threat. Now, for example, phishing attacks account for more than 80% of reported security incidents, like 80%, highlighting the need for robust email security. So your email security has to be strong, has to be robust, and has to be comprehensive. Malware, on the other hand, encompasses a range of malicious software that are designed to harm or exploit any programmable device, service, or network. Each threat has its own peculiarity. They're not the same. And understanding these peculiarities is very essential to developing a very effective defense strategies. Now, by recognizing these signs and symptoms of this threat, you can implement appropriate security measures to protect your digital assets. This comprehensive overview will provide you with the foundation that is needed to delve deeper into each threat and to learn how to mitigate their impact on your business or even on your personal computer. Malware, short for malicious software, that's what it means. Malicious software is simply malware. Malicious software is an umbrella term for various types of harmful softwares, including viruses, trojans, worms, and even botnets. Malware, they are designed to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems. One of the most notorious examples of malware is the WannaCry ransomware attack of 2017. You may have heard about it. Okay, now this attack began on May 12, 2017, and rapidly spread across the globe, inflicting over 200,000 computers in 150 countries. The WannaCry ransomware encrypted files on infected systems, and they demanded a ransom payment in Bitcoin so before they decrypt them. This particular attack severely impacted various sectors, notably crippling the UK's National Health Service, the NHS, and it caused widespread disruption to medical services. Now, to protect yourself from malware like this, it is very vital to avoid clicking on unknown links and keep your software updated. Not only that, regularly updating your operating system and applications ensures that security vulnerabilities are patched. Also, using robust antivirus software and conducting regular scans can help detect and remove malware. Backing up your data regularly is another essential move you must make to mitigate the impact of a ransomware attack. Now, in addition to this, implementing network security measures like firewalls, intrusion detection system can also prevent malware from infiltrating your network. But all of these measures will be in vain if the most important element is not in place, which is what? Employee education. See, educating employees about the risk of malware and encouraging safe browsing habits is a major determinant in ensuring an effective cybersecurity strategy. Phishing attacks are deceptive attempts to obtain sensitive information, and they do that by pretending to be a trustworthy entity. These attacks are typically carried out via email, where attackers trick users into clicking on malicious links or providing personal data. Phishing attacks have become increasingly sophisticated, and this makes it harder to spot fake emails, like it's become so hard now to detect. A notable example is the 2016 phishing attack on John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, which led to a significant data breach. The attackers sent a fraudulent email that appeared to be from Google, prompting Podesta to change his password on a malicious site. This allowed the attackers to access emails and led to the leak of thousands of emails. Significantly, this impacted the 2016 US presidential election. To protect yourself from phishing attacks, always verify the source of emails before clicking on links or providing information. Number 2, you want to look for signs of phishing, such as misspelled email addresses, generic greetings, and even urgent requests for personal information. Okay. Also, implementing email filters and security awareness training for employees can help you reduce the risk of phishing attacks. According to Verizon's 2020 Data Breach Investigations Report, 22% of data breaches involved phishing. These statistics highlight the importance of educating employees on recognizing and reporting phishing attempts. Regularly conducting phishing simulations can also help improve employees' ability to identify and even respond to phishing attacks. You should know that password attacks are a common method for hackers to gain unauthorized access to systems and accounts, correct? Now, these attacks, they involve attempts to obtain or decrypt a user's password using various techniques like brute force, dictionary attack, and even keylogger attacks. For example, the LinkedIn data breach in 2012 exposed 6.5 million hash passwords, which were subsequently cracked and leaked online. This breach highlighted the vulnerabilities that are associated with weak password and the importance of using a strong and a very unique password. Brute force attacks, on the other hand, involve systematically trying all possible combinations of characters until the correct password is found. Its variations include like dictionary attack and keylogger attack. Okay, dictionary attack uses a precompiled list of common passwords and phrases to guess the password. However, keylogger attacks involve malware that records a user keystrokes and it captures password and other sensitive information. Now, how do you protect yourself from password attacks? Use strong password, unique password for each of your accounts. They have to be strong and they have to be unique. A strong password typically includes a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters. Not only that, numbers and special characters. Also, updating password regularly and enabling multi-factor authentication can add an extra layer of security. So here's an important statistics that I would like you to know. Do you know that according to a survey by LastPass, 57% of people who have been victimized by cybercrime admit to using the same password in multiple places? Yes, this highlights the importance of using unique password for each account, preventing a single breach from compromising multiple accounts. Using a password manager can help you generate and store strong password in a very secure manner. What is the aim of DDoS? The aim of DDoS attack is to disrupt services by overwhelming a network with excessive traffic. These attacks can cause significant downtime, loss of revenue, and even customer dissatisfaction. A notable example is the 2018 GitHub attack, which peaked at 1.35 terabytes per second. That is a lot. This made it the largest DDoS attack recorded at that time. The attack was carried out using a technique called memcached amplification. Okay, this is one where attackers exploited vulnerable memcached servers to amplify the attack traffic. The great part is, despite the scale of the attack, GitHub was able to mitigate it within minutes using DDoS protection services. To stay ahead of DDoS attacks, it is essential to regularly update your system and even monitor traffic for unusual spikes using DDoS protection services such as content delivery networks, DDoS mitigation services, and all these can help absorb and deflect attack traffic. According to a report by Netscout, the average size of DDoS attacks increased by 50% in the year 2020. Now, this underscores the growing threat that they pose to online services. Now, implementing a comprehensive DDoS response plan and conducting regular stress tests would help you ensure that your organization is prepared to handle such attacks. It is important for you to also know that using rate limiting and web application firewalls, which is popularly called WAFs, can help mitigate the impact of DDoS attacks by filtering out malicious traffic. This type of attacks involve intercepting and altering communications between two parties without their knowledge. Okay, how does this happen? Attackers position themselves between the victim and the intended recipient, allowing them to communicate, allowing them to eavesdrop or manipulate the communication. A good example is the man-in-the-middle attack of 2015 Superfish incident, where Lenovo laptops were pre-installed with hardware that could intercept encrypted communication. The hardware developed by Superfish installed a self-signed root certificate that allowed it to decrypt HTTPS traffic, and this exposed users to potential man-in-the-middle attacks. To protect yourself from man-in-the-middle attacks, you want to use secure connections and VPNs to protect your data during transmission. Also, encrypting your communications using HTTPS and TLS, which is popularly called transport layer security. This ensures that even if the data is intercepted, it cannot be read or altered without the decryption key. Also, you want to ensure that your wireless networks are secure by using a strong encryption protocols like WPA3, right? And that you want to regularly update your router's firmware. According to IBM X-Force Threat Intelligence Index, MITM attacks remain one of the top threats in the modern cybersecurity landscape. Also, it is very important for you to know that educating employees about the risk of public Wi-Fi and encourage the use of VPNs when accessing information on unsecure networks can enhance your protection against man-in-the-middle attacks. And trust me, we are making good progress. We are. Drive-by downloads occur when visiting compromised websites which exploit vulnerabilities in your browser or plugins to install malware without your knowledge. These attacks can happen simply by loading a web page without any user interaction required. For example, attackers can use malicious advertisement or malvertising to distribute drive-by downloads. These ads, they appear legitimate, but they contain hidden code that exploits browser vulnerabilities to install malware on the visitor's device. To protect yourself from drive-by downloads, these are things you need to do. Avoid visiting suspicious websites and keep your browser and operating system updated. Also, regularly update your software so that known vulnerabilities are patched, and this reduces the risk of exploitation. Using comprehensive security software such as antivirus programs and browser extensions that block malicious content can further enhance your protection. According to Symantec's Internet Security Threat Report, 1 in 10 websites has a critical vulnerability. This makes it very essential to practice safe browsing habits. Also, it is important to know that enabling click-to-play plugins which require user interaction to run potentially vulnerable content like Flash or Java can help prevent drive-by downloads as well. And lastly, on this, using a secure browser with built-in protections against malicious sites like Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox can also help you reduce the risk of drive-by downloads. Malvertising, or better known as malicious advertising, involves embedding malware within advertisement or legitimate website. These ads can infect your device by redirecting you to a malicious site or even automatically downloading malware when the ad is being displayed. So it is important to know that malvertising can be particularly very dangerous because it often appears on reputable websites. So it makes it difficult for users to distinguish between safe and malicious ads. For example, attackers may purchase ad space on popular websites and use it to serve malware-laden ads to unsuspecting visitors. Now, to protect yourself from malvertising, you want to use ad blockers and ensure that your software is up to date. Ad blockers can prevent malicious ads from being displayed. So when that happens, it reduces the risk of infection. And in addition to this, keeping your operating system, browser, and plugins updated would help you protect against vulnerabilities that malvertising exploit. The data on malvertising is quite alarming as well. Based on a study by Risk IQ, malvertising incidents increased by 132% in 2019, highlighting the growing prevalence of this threat. So, staying vigilant and using tools to block malicious ads are very key steps in protecting yourself from malvertising. How about rogue software, also known as scareware? This misleads users into believing their system is at risk, prompting them to buy fake security tools. This type of malware often mimics legitimate antivirus programs, and they do that by displaying fake alerts and even warnings to trick you into purchasing bogus software. Now let's take the 2011 Mac Defender malware as an instance. Mac users were tricked into thinking their systems was infected, leading to unnecessary purchases of fake antivirus software. So once that is installed, rogue software can further compromise your system by installing additional malware or even stealing personal information. Now, in order to protect yourself from rogue software, You want to always use trusted antivirus programs and even be wary of softwares that you are not familiar with. Also, it is important that you must only, this is as a matter of fact, you must only download software from reputable sources and avoid clicking on pop-up ads or unsolicited alerts that claim your system is infected. Regularly updating your antivirus software also can ensure that it can detect and remove latest threats as well. See, a report by McAfee shows that rogue software remains a persistent threat, with new variants constantly emerging to deceive unsuspecting users. It is vital that you educate yourself about legitimate software as well. Keeping your system updated can also help you avoid these scams as well. Now, you can also enable real-time protection features in your antivirus software so it can help detect and block rogue software before it even causes harm at all. Now that we have an overview of cyber threats, we must also know the impact of these threats. This is because cyber threat can lead to significant financial losses, not only that, reputational damage, and even operational disruptions. Now, the financial impact of cybercrime is also staggering. According to Cybersecurity Ventures, cybercrime costs are expected to reach about $10.5 trillion annually by 2025. These figures include the cost associated with data breaches, business interruption, and even the expense of responding to attacks. The average cost of data breach, according to IBM, is $3.86 million. This cost encompasses various factors, including, and not limited to these particular ones, lost businesses, regulatory fines, legal fees, and the cost of remediation efforts. Beyond financial losses, cyber threats can severely damage an organization's reputation, and this will lead to a loss of customer trust and even confidence in that organization. Operational disruptions caused by cyber attacks can also cripple an organization's ability to function. For example, ransomware attacks can lock users out of their systems and data, halting business operations until a ransom is paid or the issue is resolved. Now, this downtime can result in a significant revenue loss and positivity setbacks. Protecting against this threat is necessary and key to maintaining the integrity and continuity of your business operations. Also, implementing robust cybersecurity measures such as regular security audit, employee training, and investing in advanced security technologies can help mitigate the risk that are associated with cyber threats. You also need a well-defined incident response plan to be in place to help your organization respond swiftly and effectively so that you can minimize the impact of cyber threats. Now that we know the impact of cyber threats, the next thing we'll be discussing is prevention strategies. Preventing cyber threats involves a multifaceted approach, and that includes technical measures, policies, and employee training. Regularly updating your software is one of the most effective ways to protect against vulnerabilities. Software updates often include patches, for security flaws that could be exploited by attackers. Also, using strong, unique password for each account is very, very important, so you have that or you use that to prevent unauthorized access. A strong password, like I said, typically involves uppercase, lowercase numbers, and special characters. Also, you want to regularly update password and enable multi-factor authentication, because this can add an extra layer of security, making it much more difficult for attackers to gain access to your systems. Now, apart from this, implementing firewalls and intrusion detection systems can help protect your network from unauthorized access and even malicious activity as well. Firewalls, that is another very important one. They act as a barrier between your internal network and external threats, while intrusion detection systems monitor network traffic for suspicious behavior. You want to conduct a regular security audit and employee training on phishing awareness, because these are also necessary for identifying and mitigating potential threats. Security audits, they also help identify vulnerabilities and ensure compliance with security policies. Lastly, employee training programs should focus on educating staff about common cyber threats, safe online practices, and even the importance of reporting suspicious activity. For example, companies that conduct regular phishing simulations, they see a significant reduction in successful phishing attacks. Okay, and based on a report by SANS, organizations that implement comprehensive security training programs, they reduce their risks of cyber incident by up to 60%. This means that building a culture of cybersecurity awareness, organizations can empower employees to become the first line of defense against cyber threats. Now, to effectively implement these prevention strategies, we need tools and resources, and this is what we'll be discussing next. Various tools and resources can help enhance your cybersecurity posture. Reputable antivirus software such as Norton, McAfee, or Bytes Defender, they provide essential protection against malware and other cyber threats. These programs offer real-time scanning, automatic updates, and even advanced threat detection capabilities. Virtual private networks, popularly called VPN, they are also necessary for securing your internet connection, especially when you are using public Wi-Fi. VPN encrypts your data, making it difficult for hackers to intercept and access your information. And popular VPN services include like NordVPN, ExpressVPN, and CyberGhost. Another one that is very important is firewall. Firewalls are another essential option for protecting your network from unauthorized access and malicious traffic. How about hardware firewalls, such as those offered by Cisco and Fortinet? They provide robust network security, while software firewalls like those built into Windows and macOS offer additional layers of protection. Staying informed is a major importance in the ever-evolving field of cybersecurity too. And this is where online courses come in. Online courses can provide valuable education on various cybersecurity topics. These courses cover everything from basic security principles to advanced threat analysis techniques. Reading cybersecurity blogs and news sites is another great way to keep you updated on the latest threats and trends. Websites like Dark Reading, Threat Post, and Krebs on Security offer daily updates on expert insights. You can also subscribe to industry newsletters and participate in webinars and conferences so you can gain valuable knowledge and networking opportunities. An important piece of data on this is a survey by ISC2, which shows that continuous learning and staying updated with industry development are very crucial for cybersecurity professionals to effectively combat evolving threats. See, by leveraging these tools and resources, you can enhance your cybersecurity knowledge and skills just by helping you stay ahead of potential threats. Now, let's discuss a quick summary of all we have discussed in this session. We've covered the 8 most common cybersecurity threats and how to protect against them. And we know that understanding these threats and implementing robust security measures can significantly reduce your risk. We also learned that the threats that we've discussed, including malware, phishing, password attacks, DDoS attacks, man-in-the-middle attacks, drive-by downloads, malvertising, and even rogue software, they all pose unique challenges to cybersecurity. And protecting your digital assets requires a comprehensive approach that includes technical defense, policies, and even employee training. We shouldn't also forget that regular software updates, strong password, firewall, and multi-factor authentication are just a few of the measures that we can put in place to safeguard our systems. And very importantly, education of employees about cybersecurity threats and best practices would help create a culture of security within your organization. So that is it, guys. Thank you for joining today's session. Feel free to ask any questions you have about today's topic in the comment section, and I will answer them soon. Till we meet again for another great session, never stop learning. Bye for now.